possible, the teams met at the Iqbal Stadium in Faisalabad for the third and final test to decide the series. This once notorious pitch had of late begun to produce results, in 5 of the last 6 tests in fact, and with the experts predicting the wicket to turn by day 3, both teams played 2 spinners. Hansi Cronje won the toss and batted, but must soon have been rueing his decision as his batsmen surrendered to the pace of Wasim and Waqar, united for the first time in the series. Wasim claimed Bacher and McMillan with the agile assistance of super sub Mohammad Wasim, now fielding in the slips. When Waqar trapped Cullinan and then Cronje plumb in front for 0 and 9 respectively, South Africa were 30 for 4.
The big appeal is he's out, he's LBW. Cronje there looked to me to be playing across the line.
Then Pollock was well caught by the recalled Sahel at slip, and Richardson also fell to Mushtaq, 64 for 6.
He's out, he's caught in the covers, and Saqlain, the man I think who took the catch there, and Dave Richardson is out.
Klusener became Mushi's third victim with a score on 98, and it seemed South Africa would struggle to reach 125. But Gary Kirsten was still...
Pat Simcox.
This is over the top of the deepish mid-off and will be 4 runs. So Pat Simcox here.
Just a little bit of loop from Mushtaq, inviting the shot and receiving it.
And he hammers again, and once more he brings it off very successfully. This time even better. It's maximum.
140 for 7 still isn't a great test score on day 1. But in terms of 98 for 6. Well, he's got away with that. I don't quite know where he was trying to hit it, but it's gone over cover, and it's very nearly gone for perfected.
Flew between the fielders. Certainly he was shaping to play on the other side of the pitch, and it went eventually to the cover point bound.
These two led a determined fight back, putting on 124 invaluable runs in their differing styles.
Now it's off the back foot, and it might have enough to go to the boundary, and does. Another boundary to Simcox.
Oh, and again, that was off the edge, bouncing short of slip, and that's going to run away for 4 more. By him, he came in with the score 98 for 7. He's played some splendid strokes, and he's really looked a better than 9 suggests. Great effort.
Catch it!
Well, he's hit that very well indeed, Simcox. I think that's going, no, just inside. I thought for a moment it was going all the way.
Good batting, but now they can't even keep it tight.
Well, that was a quicker one, and Simcox making a little...
To the 5, it just went straight through the stump. Can you believe it? Well, I've never seen that.
To Mushtaq. And he immediately chances his arm again, and he's going to get a couple of runs for it down to third man. He didn't know much about where that one had gone. Gary Kirsten's going to come racing back for the third. And he hits very well indeed. That's 4 lovely runs. There was nothing chancy about that. He used his feet nice. He got right to the pitch. And this is another strike by Simcox, and it's a very good one. He can hit them very cleanly, and that is 6.
Fielder was there, still halfway, but he cleared him easily.
218 for 7. That one's through. Bit of a misfield there, and it might well win the race to the boundary. They got a foot there, but couldn't prevent it from rolling into the...
A quality effort from Rizvi that stopped that one.
Hold him! Once so often he tried to play aggressively, and he's had his...
He wanted to play it on the offside, no feet movement, stood his line and just tried to whack it.
Adams stayed long enough to see Kirsten to a well-deserved century, although it was only some time after the close of the innings that the scorers confirmed their books matched the scoreboard. It was Kirsten's 5th Test 100 in his 32nd Test, whilst the bowling honours went to Wasim with 4 for 42. By the end of the day, the visitors had built on their recovery by removing both openers, Anwar LBW to Pollock for 3 and Naqvi bowled by Donald for 11. Sohail was dropped down the order with a hand injury sustained in the first over of the match, but it wasn't long before the other batsmen were called into action. Ijaz was soon given out LBW to Adams by umpire Dunn for 16, and after a brief rally with Inzamam, Mahmood was bowled off-stump by Lance Klusner for 19, his first dismissal in Tests. 74 for 4 soon became 80 for 5, when Wasim Akram's 4-ball innings ended with an edge to the keeper, and the balance was now restored. But Moeen joined Inzamam, and the match took another turn as the pair added a brilliant 144 for the 6th wicket from 200 deliveries in just 134 minutes.
There we go again. That was a lovely stroke, beautifully controlled. Oh, that's a handsome stroke. That really was just a little bit over-pitched and beautifully struck by Moeen Khan for 4, 145 for 5.
And this is crashed through the covers. That boundary bringing up the 100-run partnership.
Cronje used 7 bowlers but couldn't separate this meddlesome pair until he found success himself when Inzamam on 96 edged an outswinger and Brian McMillan dived forward to grasp a brilliant catch at second slip. Cronje followed this up with the wicket of Moeen for a splendid 80, which included 12 fours and 2 sixes. But more late-order resistance from Sohail with 38 and Waqar 34 earned the hosts a lead of 69 from first innings.
For 6 runs. Goodness me, this is tremendous stuff by Waqar.
Pat Simcox arrives as the night watchman, fresh from that splendid innings of 81 that he made in the first innings. Oh, and bowling the bouncer there round the wicket to... A bit lucky here, and he might get 4 runs for it. In fact, he does. But that was airborne.
A little bit of catching.
This is going to be 4 runs. Sweetly timed.
Waqar using this.
That's better. Draw him forward, draw him into the shot, and he gets the edge, and it gets him forward through between the second slip and gully.
Swings and roundabouts. We saw plenty of that yesterday too. Likes of Sean Pollock and Alan Donald. Saw the ball fly down through there for 4.
Just saw him take the right hand off the bat and cushion the blow. That's what kept it down. Now he hits it straight back over the head of the bowler. That was a wonderful shot by Pat Simcox. The way he has been peppered with short deliveries, and now for 4.
I think that's marvellous. Absolutely marvellous. If one...
When Backer, Kirsten and McMillan all fell before the arrears were made up, Pakistan was strong favourite.
Well, perhaps a hint of desperation there. It's going away for 4. So what a fascinating over. 74 for 3.
This is a beautiful shot. 4 runs through the covers. It was 2 full, just where Pat Simcox likes it.
He seems to hit the ball hard. He seems to know what he's doing. When he goes the aerial route, he tends to pick the gap. Or if he's going for it.
Cullinan fell LBW to Mushtaq for 15, and although Simcox, batting as night watchman, passed 50...
That was a full toss. That was a gimme. Hit it away between mid-off and extra cover for 4 runs. That'll make Cronje feel better. It's 102 for 4. Oh, my goodness me, that was a good one. But Simcox began playing inside the pad. Cronje, I mean, playing inside the pad.
That's the right thing to do when you're not sure of the spin, how much it'll take off the wicket. But nevertheless, it'll be interesting how Hansi goes after Mushtaq, but because...
Another enormous appeal, but umpire Mian Aslam not impressed.
Pushed in quicker, but on the leg stump.
Oh, what a fine stroke that was. That's gone away, a couple of bounces over into the boundary, and certainly Cronje had the answer to that short one. 112 for 4. Well, I don't know if that found the edge as well as the pad. Mushtaq seemed to hold that one back a fraction.
And a beautiful loop there, making that ball spin. He's a lovely bowler to watch.
Mushtaq on his knees, but Simcox was well forward.
Well, pitched on the leg side, on the leg stump, and playing forward.
Mushtaq wants it, but no one else does. It's a clear case of coming off the pad. It was very well taken low down by Inzamam, but there was no bat there.
Oh, that's beautifully bowled.
Quite know how that didn't bowl him out. Let another one go through, have we?
Well, just bounced a little bit extra, but that went through Cronje between bat and pad and just over the middle stump. Again, he can cause problems from this angle, Akram. And Simcox here hitting him straight down the ground, over the bowler's head, and an effortless hit for 6. Such a good striker of the ball, and here's an example of that.
It's just in the right slot.
And this should bring up his half-century. One bounce over the ropes, and a terrific effort by the South African off-spinner. Second 50 of the match, and how well he served his country in this game.
This isn't very far from that position, the long off, but he's hit it so hard. It's probably 15 metres or so to long off's right. He virtually got there before he had time to move.
Looked as if it didn't quite carry to Amir Sohail, unless it did, and then while trying to take the catch, he put it down. Let's take another look.
Big drive, left foot not really quite to the ball that time. It's a real squeeze, that. There it comes out of his hands. This will give us a closer look. Spin vision, camera 8. I think it just got there, and he threw it away in trying to clear it from the ground. There, and then it falls out. So, not in control for long enough. And Simcox remains on 53. Wonderful effort. Never easy catches, those.
That's beautifully bowled. That spun a long way. Bowled from close to the stumps, wide of the off stump, then it spun back.
Turned so quickly, didn't it? Apart from the amount that it's turned, which is enormous, fairly fizzed off the pitch.
It's 132 for 4.
It's not a big ground if the batsman wants to hit with the spin over the top. And quite a few batsmen in both sides are fairly strong hitters of the ball. That's close, definitely. Kept a little bit low, that I felt.
How much did it turn, if at all? That's, I think, what we've got to look for. But whatever the slow motion replay tells us, it's the end of Pat Simcox, and South Africa have lost their 5th wicket. Simcox out, LBW to Saqlain.
The wonderful innings. Pitches where just outside, a sort of half step. Oh, that's missing. That's missing. It did keep low. That's a harsh one, is that? Really, really harsh. As well as he's played, if that was me, I'd be cross to be out of that. 140 for 5.
Shaun Pollock is the new batsman, with the players just having enjoyed a drinks break at the fall of South Africa's 5th wicket. It was a wretched decision by umpire Mian Aslam, because that turned and turned sufficiently to go past the leg stump. But up goes the dreaded finger. Waka Yunus from the pavilion end to the South African captain Hansie Cronje, and he's caught. Hansie Cronje is caught at mid-wicket, and that really spells trouble for South Africa.
Well, it's the same old adage in Test match cricket. You can go a long time without getting a wicket, and then when one goes, sometimes 2 or 3. And it's one of the few deliveries that's just swung a little bit in the air, I felt that. I was saying he hasn't really swung any. See how it just angled in then at the final death, and it just got the South African captain to just spoon it a little bit in the air. Oh, that's a big wicket now after Simcox. 2 big wickets there, 140 for 6.
Once again, the South African wicketkeeper, Dave Richardson, to the breach. He's saved South Africa many a time, and if ever another rescue act is required, it's now. And this is why the South African captain just not able to keep that one down, and a well-taken catch by Azhar Mahmood at mid-wicket. He had to come forward to get it. They're never easy, those. And here's an appeal call. He's out. Richardson is out. First ball. There was bat there, but there was pad first, and that's what umpire Steve Dunn recognised. And up went the finger, and how jubilant they are now. 140 for 7. Richardson will say, I hit it, but I think we'll see it hit pad first.
Well, he got caught on the crease. He never really got forward. He's just beginning to hit the pad first. No doubt, Trevor's dead right. I think you would have given that at home. I certainly would have given it here. The umpire's given it, and you can read it in tomorrow morning's paper. 140 for 7.
Lance Klusener to the wicket, with South Africa in dire straits at 140 for 7. A lead of only 71, and this is why. First ball, Dave Richardson, LBW, first pad, then bat. So Waka Yunus is on a hat-trick, and the Iqbal Stadium has come alive. I've seen him take a hat-trick before, Waka Yunus. I had the privilege to describe it in East London at Buffalo Park in a one-day international against India, where he clean bowled all 3 with reverse swing. It was astonishing bowling. It was dramatically exciting bowling. And now he's once again on a hat-trick.
Yes, the one saving grace for South Africa is he's bowling as a left-hander. And I don't usually think that in-swing of his is quite as... oh, dear.
slipped through. It was a corker, and it nearly slipped through.
Cluesner trying to get forward. I think that was pad first.
Well, he hammers, and he's going to get a couple of runs. That was a big shot for a man who's just come in an over which has seen 2 wickets fall. Now get 3 runs. And it ends a sensational over from Waqar Younis, 143 for 7. Short, and it is pulled away for 4 runs. Very good shot indeed. Absolute silence greeting the shot.
Well, a super shot. Waqar here working very hard on what shine he can get.
Again it's short, and once again he goes for the shot, and once again he brings it off. 1 bounce 4.
Well, I'm not sure this is pretty smart. I said before, there's no great pace in the pitch. Old ball. I think you want to use a bouncer on this pitch as a bit of a surprise, a change. Once the surprise hasn't worked and the batsman's onto it, I don't think you want to be bowling 2 or 3 more.
He hammers. It's high, very, very high, and has it gone far enough to go over the boundary rope? I think it might have. The umpire is asking, and there he lifts his arms. 6 runs, a mighty blow by Lance Klusener. He's not messing about.
No, he has a lovely free swing of the bat. Fairly uncomplicated. If you're batting low down the order, that's not a bad way to play. You don't be thinking too much if you're a bowler who bats.
In the air, but that was clearly off the, I think, the thigh pad probably. Hit him quite high up on the leg.
It's spinning for that ball from the close of the stumps there. But he hasn't bowled that straight delivery of his, the top spinner.
Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? That's tough luck on Isnaqvi rather there at forward short leg. He fielded it very well, returned it to the wicket, a little bit off course, and having saved a certain one, gave away a single. Rough justice.
Brave effort from Naqvi after being hit very hard by Pollock. He misdirected it completely.
Well, there he goes again. That's a splendid blow. He really got hold of that one. First bounce over the boundary for 4. And the score now 167 for 7. Three men back in the middle distances on the right of your screen, and then the sweeper upper, Azhar Mahmood, deep at cover. Pollock taking advantage of the shortness there.
Come on!
Getting 3 runs, well run.
That's the 4th time he's done it.
He's gone, he's out, he's been given out, having a wild swing. Well, that was silly. The first time he hit straight and got away with it, it was a marvellous shot, but he smeared across the line then and paid the penalty. So South Africa go into tea at 187 for 8, leading by 118. And, well, With just Donald and Adams to come, there can't be too much life in this innings now.
Mushtaq Ahmed has the ball in his hand.
Oh, what ball, Mushe?
Lance Klusener was the man to be dismissed to the last ball before tea.
Yes, this isn't a shot that he'll be proud of, and one can't condone it, especially the last one before tea. Previous delivery hit straight back over Sir Clane's head for 6.
Oh, come on! Bowling it.
I just wonder though, sometimes, you know, we get lots of replays and we can look at things over and over again. The more I look at that, the more I feel he might have just got outside the line of the off stump. I sometimes wonder whether, being as the umpires have only got one chance to look at it, might be a good idea for to look at it just a fraction longer.
Oh, Mushe.
Before making the decision.
And runs here. I think this has beaten the keeper. This will be 4 byes. We'll have to wait for the umpire signal. Or did it touch the pad on the way? No. 4 runs, in fact. Donald takes a look back at the umpire. Let's take another look. Well, I think it's missed everything there. It's not hit the bat at all. Might have hit the keeper on the way. Let's take another look now. No, it's missed everything. Donald won't mind it. He's got 4 runs against his name.
Normal man can't. He won't mind either.
Come on, Sajid. Oh! One ball, Mushe, very well bowled. Shabash, Mush.
Other side, Alan. Always turning away from him, and appreciably so.
How did that miss off stump? Almost yoked himself here, Alan Donald.
No, it did turn. I thought it might have hit him on the toe, and I don't think it did. And yet, Mushtaq was asking for an LBW.
So 3 leg breaks. Might just slip the other one now.
Lovely bowling, Mushe, lovely bowling.
It's too good for the number 10. He's bowled very well here today, Mushtaq. 3 wickets before this. And he's still being made to wait for number 4. He's beaten Donald at least 3 times in this over.
Mohan Khan a problem too. Second one he's dropped in this over.
And this time he picks it up nicely, Donald. That was the wrong one. He hammered it past the bowler. So 4 runs to end the over, 196 for 8. Good piece of fielding. The bowler on his follow through. Good anticipation as well.
That's what the key was, anticipation. He's a very good fielder off his own bowling.
The wrong one, but that would have missed leg stump. Alan Donald had no clue to that one. And 4 more leg byes. These are all very important runs. That brings up the 200 for South Africa.
Yes, one can't say that Alan Donald is reading it that successfully.
Try and induce an outside edge. And he succeeds in defeating the outside edge, but clipping the off stump. That was beautifully bowled by Saqlain Mushtaq. Too good for Alan Donald.
Well, I was obviously wrong. Thought he might be better off this end. He's just played inside a delivery that went straight on. There, pitches middle and just carries on. It's the top of off. Wonderful bit of bowling. South Africa 201 for 9.
Oh, Donald was dismissed. Lovely piece of bowling. Tossed up, pitched on middle stump, going on and hitting off. Pulled away by Pollock. This will be 4 runs. He split the gap between long on and deep mid wicket. That was a long hop from Mushtaq and dealt with very nicely by Shaun Pollock.
Come on, Mushi, Shabash.
Adams to face, and Mushtaq. Adams, is he going to be out here? They're going to scramble a run. And what does umpire Steve Dunn signal? I think it's going to be a leg by. It is. They appealed for the LBW.
Well, I would think that pitched outside leg stump, did it? Yeah, just would have hit the stumps. I think he was trying to bowl him around his legs, and that's what sometimes happens. He does get it round there, but it's outside leg stump, isn't it? Just hit that back leg, fortunately.
Oh, he gets a full toss and he hits it straight back at Mushtaq. And dear, last ball of the over. All he had to do is survive, and he gets a full toss. That should have been easy enough to parry, but he's hit it straight back at Mushtaq, who gratefully accepts the catch, and South Africa are all out for 214.
I think it's a little bit of a surprise when you get a full toss. You're sort of expecting a length ball, and he just sort of pushed it straight back, not too hard. And I think he's just deceived a little bit, wasn't expecting it, and just pies it straight back to Mushtaq.
So the end of the innings, and the 4th wicket for Mushtaq Ahmed. How well he is bowled. He took 3 in the first innings and 4 for 55 now to end the South African innings on 214. Very disappointing batting performance again, and that will mean that Pakistan will need 145 to win this deciding 3rd Test match.
Hansi Cronje has decided Paul Adams is going to bowl, or is it because the umpires have said, look, if you bowl your faster bowlers, we're going off for the light, but if you want to bowl the spinners, then we'll stay on. We'll not offer the light to the batsmen. Because there was a little chat between the umpire in your picture and the captain of South Africa.
Oh, no. Well, that one very nearly went onto the stumps. Very good first delivery from Paul Adams. Good looking shot, bit of a misfield, and there was an easy run as a result of the misfield, and they declined to take it.
Well, the batsman who hit it wanted to take it, but Amir Sahel never looked at his partner at all. He just kept his eye on the fielder, and even when he'd misfielded it, he never took his eye off him at all. Very poor backing up was that. Amir Sahel's going to have a word with young Naqvi, but shouldn't have been Amir Sahel's call.
Not out, says umpire Steve Dunn. Worth a shot. Oh! That's better. Slowly getting towards the right spot. Turn for him. It was quite well played by Sahel, just tucking the bat in behind. And there's an appeal for LBW. No.
I think that was well bowled, but I don't think it quite did enough. We've seen before, it's very dangerous to be padding up. I'm not sure it's quite enough. Got a big stride in. Well, I don't know. You see, you can't always tell, even as experienced ex-players up here.
Really is an extraordinary piece of cricket, this. We've got the two spinners, Adams and Simcox, opening the bowling. Pakistan need 146 to win. The light is awful, but the umpires have agreed to go on with the spinners bowling. And it really is, it's a rather bizarre situation, Rameez, isn't it?
That's right, it's different, but this innovation is obviously backed by a bit of character on part of Hansi Cronje. He did pretty well to have the Pakistanis batting under such conditions.
Oh, and that was the bad one that Adams will produce every now and then, and away it goes for 4. Ali Naqvi's ears went back when he saw that. He hit it well.
Yes, long hop from Paul Adams, dealt with severely by Ali Naqvi. But it's a good ploy to have the spinners coming in at the Pakistanis. The failing light.
Yes, especially as the opening batsmen are not used to playing spin at the start of their innings. And of course, although the ball is new and not easy for the spinners to grip, it's hard and it may find a little bounce. And it looks to me, are they going to offer it? No, yes they are. They've offered it to the batsmen, they are coming off, and that, I'm sure, will be the end of play on this third day of the third and final test between Pakistan and South Africa.
Is he caught? He's brilliantly caught this time. That was a very, very good catch indeed. He went to pull that and lost control of it completely. And a stunning catch following a fairly easy drop has seen South Africa make the breakthrough they so desperately required. 23 for 1.
Well, I was saying, he does have rushes of blood, does Amir Sahel. Bouncer, he saw the gap on the leg side. There's only two men, fine leg and mid-on. He went for the hook. He had to fetch it too far. When we come back, we'll see that on the replay. And Pakistan, 23 for 1.
Caught, is he? He is indeed. Another dreadful shot there from Syed Anwar. Flashing at that one from Pollock outside the off stump. Got the edge and Richardson did the rest. And Anwar is out for a duck, and Pakistan, suddenly there will be a flutter in their dressing room at 2 for 24.
Well, this is a dreadful shot, isn't it? I mean, even in poor form, that's a dreadful shot. He's lucky to have got naught, actually, the way he's played. Pakistan 24 for 2.
And a big appeal for LBW. He's out. First ball. Up goes the finger of umpire Mian Aslam. And first ball, Ijaz is out. And Pollock has struck 2 in a row. And now the cat is really amongst the pigeons.
That was plumb, wasn't it? Absolutely plumb. If he got any further back, he'd have trod on his stumps. Well, he's looking at the umpire, looking at the stumps. There's no doubt about that. The game is on now. Look at it. Look, he goes forward, he goes back, he's shuffling around the crease. He went too far over. It's knocking middle out, halfway up. And they're in serious, serious disarray of Pakistan at 24 for 3.
Edged and taken. Number 4 for South Africa. Pakistan now in dire straits. They've lost 4 wickets this morning, and they've just had 29 runs on the board.
You know, as Sean Pollock was running in there, Ravi, I was saying to myself, he really deserves the outside edge of a right-hander. He's bowled with such a beautiful shape throughout the series, and he hasn't found the outside edge of a right-hander. Maybe just the length has been fractionally short, but he found it then. Here it is. Just watch the shape of this ball. Lovely little outswing. Cullinan mid-drifts it. 29 for 4, Pakistan. And we do have a game on.
He's gone this time. This is a big wicket. A tremendous catch by Brian McMillan. Inzamam playing away from his body, and Sean Pollock strikes for the second time in the over.
Well. Now there are enormous problems for the home team. Pollock in that channel again. Inzamam pushes at it. The ball leaves him fractionally. The big hands of Brian McMillan dive away to the left. Pakistan's first innings hero, Inzamam ul Haq, out for 5. Pakistan in disarray, 31 for 5.
They go up for the catch, and he's been given out. He's been given out. It seemed to brush a glove or something as it went down the leg side. Dave Richardson took it. I thought the appeal was a little late in coming. I'm not too sure why, but it was there in the end, and the decision has been given.
Well, there were certainly cries of catch it initially. It's a question of whether it brushed a glove on the way. Richardson's got it and goes up. He just wanted to get hold of it perfectly. It was unconvincing. We'll see perhaps more of it after the break. Mahmood out for 6 and Pakistan 68 for 6.
There we are. He's gone for the one against the spin, and he'll pay the price for it. He's dismissed, caught at mid-on, and he will be very disappointed. That's the problem when you try to hit against the break. And Pakistan now have lost their 7th wicket.
Well, I thought that was beautifully bowled by Pat Simcox. If we watch him on the replay, just tosses it up a little bit wider. There it is, quite wide. He's got to go and fetch it as Wasim Akram. And he was outthought by the bowler. Not a very good shot at all. He's tried it a couple of times and missed the ball, but that's very good bowling. 85 for 7.
That's beautifully bowled. That's gone. No doubt about that. Good bounce and turn for Simcox. He's delighted. Another beautiful piece of off-spin bowling, and now Pakistan looking down the hole. 87 for 8.
Well, Pakistan have been looking down the hole since Samir Sahel got out this morning, and they've never climbed out of the hole. It's just got deeper and deeper. Beautifully bowled. Threw him forward, bat and pad. Well, as easy as pie, wasn't it? Like stealing candy from school children. Beautifully bowled. 87 for 8.
Now Waqar on strike. Bowled in, first ball. That crashes into the off stump. Wicket number 5 for Sean Pollock, and the 9th wicket to fall for Pakistan.
Well, a beauty, wasn't it? I got the impression it was just a little bit quicker. Right up there and beat Waqar for pace. Just got it up there, quick and straight. That's all you have to do against tailenders. It was Brian Statham's motto, the great fast bowler from England. Bowl straight, they miss it, you hit. 88 for 9.
Is this in the air? It's in the air. He's caught on the mid-wicket boundary, and South Africa have won. Donald took the catch out on the boundary, and he charges in, and Simcox has gone down under a sea of bodies as they congratulate him.
And South Africa had won by 53 runs, and in doing so had stolen the series 1-0. Simcox was deservedly man of the match, whilst Kirsten and Mushtaq were men of the series.